right, good morning, everyone. My name is Wayne Williams Snowgrove, Southern Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nations, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 Territory, Nakaway people, Anishinaabe, and if no one said they love you today, I love you very much. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to wake up, and thank you for joining us. Our unofficial official name is We Are the Medicine Group. I don't think we've really kind of named it yet. It's just kind of like it's kind of that's it though. It's all inclusive, and I'm so honored to be a part of this circle here this morning. So let's start in the usual way. We are going to do a little smudge before and after. We had an elder, Denise Miller, come on the other day, and she did some grandmother teachings about what's going on out there with the 215, the bodies found. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that this morning, a little bit, and we're gonna of course do our regular, but there's still a lot of hurt out in the indigenous world, and also across the country, across Canada and country. So we're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. So we got a little bit of smudge going, so let's do that. If you want to smudge with me, then that would be good. Here, give this guy light here. Okay, good. Get a little smudge going on there. There we go. Okay. All right. Good. Good. And let's begin. So let's begin in the usual way, and with a little bit of tobacco, let's open up that really helps open up the space for love and guidance that the people need, that I need, that we need, and all the circles need. So that's why we offer the tobacco. We got a little help from above, little eagle medicine. So Creator, Great Spirit, Kitchen Manitou, Megwitch, thank you. Goes on to me. I love you. We love you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this circle. We are grateful for our last breath, and we are hopeful for our next, and we are in that place in between. We come here today to celebrate life, to celebrate our lives, to celebrate and honor all life, inside and outside the circle. Come here to celebrate the standing nations, the winged, the fish people, creepy crawlies and the slithers and all other life, the two-leggeds and four-leggeds. We come here to celebrate our ancestors. Thank you for loving us and guiding us, and we thank you for handing down your courage and your love to us. Thank you to the grandmothers and their prayers that are the only reason why many of us are here. Come here to make a better future for the next 7 generations. Come here to give them a better life, that they don't have to put up with residential schools, church-dominated societies, white colonial societies thinking strange ideas. Come here to celebrate unity and love, celebrate connections with all things beautiful, connect to Mother Earth and all those unseen principles which we fall short. Compassion, kindness, gentleness, courage, empathy, love. Come here to be a little better than we were yesterday. I just want to be a better human than I was yesterday, just a little better. Oh, all right, good one. Good one this morning. Okay, all right, so we are back, and we have started like a little new thing here, and I am still in that place of growth too, and I had a Cree elder reach out to me saying, no, you really have to acknowledge the ancestors. And I thought I did. I thought I did, in the morning prayers. But he said, no, let's take a little time out away from that. So I said, that's a great idea. Thank you for that teaching. So I love being in that place of being teachable, and he's absolutely right, because it feels good. When it feels good, it's good. So anyway, say another quick prayer for those ancestors out there that helped guide me. My direct elder, Tony Stonehawk, is one of probably the only reason. Well, he's a big reason why I'm here today, and not back in the earth, back home. But thank you, and thank you to all the other indigenous elders out there who continue to carry the medicine when it was illegal to carry the medicine. And that goes for my father, Robert Casius, too, who carried medicine for our tribe, too, and all those other indigenous out there. And let's just not stop there. All those elders that kept their prayers for us, and a big reason why we are here. So let's thank them, and so thank you. Hollow bones. We talk about this hollow bones almost every morning. Actually, every morning. I can't remember a morning not doing it. Short answer is we are conduits of that light, conduits of that love, that great kindness, that great gentleness, that great spirit that's out there. We are conduits, and it's not a theory. It's not a philosophy. It's a way of life, and it is the ceremony. It is the Red Road. If there's one definition for the Red Road, it would be those hollow bones. We don't get to choose who to love. We don't get to choose who to be compassionate for. We'll just leave that for those religions out there that decide who they're going to be compassionate towards. We as people, hollow bones, we are supposed to be compassionate, kind, generous to everybody, especially when they're not kind and generous and loving to us. That's just the way it is. So I don't really have a question today. We have a little segment questions. I was looking through them, and I just totally forgot to do this one. That's the reason there. Maybe I'll have a little bit more coffee. So. And again, if no one said they love you today, love you very much. So we go over a couple books. We go over Daily Medicine, which is a direct result of the hollow bones. Much more creative success than mine. All that love, that wisdom that's out there was flowing through me, and I said, put it in a book. So here it is. And also, we are looking forward to Whispers from the Hollow Bones, which is the second addition to the second book. And so that's going to be coming out really soon. So we're going to have a production date and a pre-order date for that. And we also go over Meditations with Native American Elders by John Kois, Medicine Wheel here. We reference that quite a bit. We will not be going over that today. What we'll probably be referencing the Medicine Wheel, which we always do. And I love Don and the way he talks about a Medicine Wheel, very similar to my teachings too. So, anyway, let's open up. And yes, this is a feather from this is a blue heron feather, by the way. So I was asking that the other day. So let's go to June 3rd. We're just going to June 3rd. It's a biggie today. And again, we'll try to keep it short. I know, laugh it up. Wayne trying to keep it short. I know. Okay, so June 3rd. When we shift our perception of what God is doing to us, to what God is doing for us, our lives will never be the same. Interesting verbiage here, and I'll touch upon that in a minute. When we shift, June 3rd, when we shift our perception of God, what is doing to us, to what God is doing for us, our lives will never be the same. Okay. As Tony would say, let's start at the beginning. Tony, where do we start? Wayne, start at the beginning. Okay, all right. So, All right, they're talking about like the medicine wheel, something like that. We'll bring the medicine wheel in um, when we go, when we switch here. So when we shift, okay, that implies something. When we shift, that means we're supposed to be growing, transforming, healing. That's they're telling us. So when we shift, so it's like, so basically saying like, when you start to heal, when you start to grow, when you start to transform, so it's kind of, so they're really just telling us, hey, look, Spirit's telling us, hey, look, man, you gotta shift, transform, awaken, kind of thing. Those people that stay stagnant, um, I get a lot of questions, comments, and concerns, and please keep them coming. I try to answer as many of them as I can. I guess some days I'm just a little overwhelmed with them, but I try to answer as many as I can. And one of those main ones that I get is loneliness, depression, sadness. That's the kind of thing. And really, when we are walking in a colonial world, and what I mean is not racist. So hold on. It is a patriarchal sickness. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a white thing, it's not a black thing, it's nothing like that. I'm just saying the sickness is the patriarchy. It is designed to keep us out of balance, out of harmony with all things right, beautiful. It is designed to do that. It's an apex. It's framed out like an apex, where we are down here, and in the patriarchy, the male is dominated up there, and that's not the way it's supposed to go. You know, some of those religions out there, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. Where is the sacred female? We have to keep it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that we need to have that balance out there. And the medicine wheel. Let's go to the medicine. This makes a lot of sense now. They said you're going to go to the medicine wheel almost right away. And I said, well, all right. So we'll go to the medicine wheel right away. So the circle is balance and harmony. See the circle? We're just looking at the circle. We're not going to the winners yet. But that is balance and harmony. That's it. That's a reflection of life. That's the way it's supposed to be. The seasons, the cycles, the day, even the storm has a cycle to it. And the only people that are out of balance are people, well, not, sorry. Let me back up. Hold on. Hello?
Hi, would you let Danny know that his answer come up?
Yes, okay. Hold on. So again, sorry about that. I live in a recovery residence. I'm the house man here. Sometimes the residents have some things going on. So apologize about that. So the medicine wheel, a picture of harmony and balance, the ways we are supposed to live. It's very hard to live in a world that is living, honoring, loving the patriarchal system. So what they're telling us here is we have to shift. What is that shift? I would suggest that shift would be to something more in alignment with those natural flows and harmony of Mother Earth. And I was just talking to someone this morning. I said, what did the old ones do? What did the ancient ones do? What did our elders do? What did our elders, we alluded to what they were to do. The colonial government made it illegal for us to, and I'm not taking a shot, I'm just saying, the colonial government made it illegal for us to do our ceremonies, our prayers and our ceremonies, our spiritual walk. We have to, and getting back to the comment this morning, I said we have to get back to singing, dancing, and the ceremonies. All those things were in alignment to keep us in alignment, to get us back into alignment with all those rhythms, natural harmonies. Let's just take the sweat lodge here. The sweat lodge, we go into the womb of Mother Earth, the very first environment that we were ever in. That is a beautiful thing. That is beautiful. And when we're in there, we pray for all life. We just don't go to say, hey, go on Sundays and be like, okay, well, I need this, I need my friend healed. He's like in trouble, we offer ourselves for our prayers to be heard. That's why we offer in the morning. So we're looking for that shift. If we're looking to get out of that place of loneliness, sadness, depression, and I'm not suggesting that outside intervention, MAT type things aren't on the table. I'm just suggesting that we do these things. First, we watch our spiritual diet, the way we pray, the way we offer, our emotional diet, the things that we allow to come in. That means turn off CNN, Fox News, allow that sickness to, say no to the sickness, the mental, what self-talk, what we say to each other. So these are ways that we shift from because again, that system out there is designed to keep us, depressed, sad, and lonely. And if you're depressed, sad, and lonely, and you're sitting in a colonial world, well, then that's part of the problem right there. Let's move into something. We're supposed to be shifting, growing. The medicine wheel of the seasons tell us that we should be shifting and growing all the time. It never stops, Just because we had spring last summer or last year doesn't mean that we don't do spring this year. The idea is that we grow every year. It's manifested in the way we look, our spiritual look. Well, we're a little, now I'm getting a couple more gray hairs. I'm moving into from the adult to kind of like the elder type thing. That's what they say. The elders say. And so, so last year I had 3 gray hairs. This year I have like 30. But what I'm saying is that there's growing. The Spirit tells us we have to grow. The Spirit's telling us here in not so many words, when we shift. I think that's really powerful. When we shift. Okay, so you're supposed to grow. You're supposed to shift. Okay, let's go into the fourth word. Okay, when we shift, what? What are we trying to shift here? Where can we start? It says it right here. Our perception. Powerful. Powerful. What would be part of our perception? How can we create a better perception? What can I, maybe close your eyes and just say thank you. I say that a lot. I say that. Saying gratitude. We try to say it. I try to remember to say it every morning because it puts me in that beautiful, beautiful place. I am grateful for my last breath and I'm hopeful for my next. And we live in that place in between. That's why I say that. That's why the spirits keep telling me, give this to the people. This is good medicine here. Good, because it keeps me in okay, good. I'm hopeful. I'm grateful. I'm hopeful. Let's keep this thing going. That's really what's that saying here. And when we're in that place, guess what we're doing? We're in that place of shifting. And how beautiful is that? Shifting. Shifting is something, and sometimes it looks like, shift looks like this big, but it has beautiful, beautiful effect on not only the way we think, the way we live, the way we walk, the way we honor, the way we love, but it also shifts everybody else's perception too. It's like that, it's like that raindrop that goes out. It ripples in all directions. So that shift is not only your shift, but it's a shift in the entire world, and that's hopefully is shifting in the right direction. That's the hope. That's the hope right there. So, okay, let's go on to the sixth word. So let's kind of talk. When we shift our perception of what God is doing to us, okay, that's okay. God is a really interesting word. I am kind of questioning why they put that in there. But let's just go with that. I think it's kind of helped to draw um, the people from other roads into what we're really talking about here. And what we're really talking about here is not a religious, basically. I'm going to steal from recovery. You create your own version of Creator God, the Great Spirit. And the preamble to that, the subtext to that would be that it's in alignment with the natural harmonies and natural flow. That means probably not a patriarchal kind of thing. We're not talking about a religious church God. We're not talking about like a Bible God, that's going to rain down, thunder and lightning if you do the wrong thing. We're not talking about a sinful God that says, you're going to go here if you make a mistake kind of thing. We're not talking about that. We're talking something about that's, my perception is, and I love this because people come, and that's the other comment that I get is like, oh my God, I made a mistake. And, that thing on Sunday, they tell me I'm going here because I made this mistake. So what's the point of me doing this? Well, okay, let's move that aside. Let's not have an opinion on that. Let's just say, let's shift our perception. I come from 1,000 points of love and light. How about that? How about you come? I suggest that you say that to yourself. And that love and light, that power, that love, that flow, that harmony, that reflects everything that's outside that door. The trees, the birds, the sounds. The rhythm that is out there, you are part of that. We are a reflection of that. Again, oh God, they tell me again. They tell me to bring the medicine back. So we are a reflection of all the beauty and love that's out there. How about that? I think that's pretty cool. How about shifting your perception from what the colonial version is, more patriarchal thing, to more of a harmonious thing? How about that? I want to be a part of and come from everything beautiful. And I believe that I come from everything beautiful. Let's just sit with that. Let's just sit with that. When's the last time you said you come from everything beautiful? How about it? When's the last time you said that? Can you say that? Put that in the feed there. Put that in. I challenge you. Put that in the feed. Because when we start saying that's part of the spiritual diet, that's part of the shift that we're looking for. We have to put some skin in the game. This is part of putting some skin in the game. We have to verbalize it. I come from 1,000 points of love and light. I love that, because it takes me away from, I don't disown it, but like some really bad things happened to me when I was little, really bad things, But when I started walking the red road, when I started to understand that I was a part of everything beautiful, that was a beautiful shift. And that's not something you hear on Sundays. It's not. We come from the beautiful trees. We come from the beautiful earth. We are a reflection of all that, and I need to own that. In my personal space, spiritual space, I need to own that. I absolutely come from everything beautiful, because that world out there tell me I didn't. They tell me you're ugly, you're an Indian, you have a cleft palate, you have a birth defect, you have all this going on. We're going to slaughter you, we're going to slaughter your family, your tribe, and like all that. And I took that on, and it made my life sideways for a long, long time. But when I got with guys like Tony, the old one, said, just come sit with me. We will love you. We will show you. We will sit with you. We will sit with you for as long as it takes. And he did. Makes me want to cry. And he did. And then that shift happened, and I started to believe that all that beauty out there, I was a part of that. I was a part of that. And I'm asking you, can you believe that? Can you begin to see that? Can you even say that? Can you say that? Can you say how beautiful you are? And women, I know you struggle with this. I know. All you women are absolutely stunning and beautiful. I know that. I know that for a fact. Because I know you carry such beautiful power, such beautiful wisdom. You have that. And we as indigenous, and especially indigenous males, we understand that power and that beauty that the women have. You don't need to be a size 0 to be beautiful. Because you already have that beauty within. That sacred space between the seen and the unseen, the spiritual and the physical. We as men don't have that. You stand at the intersection of that absolute beauty. How about that? How about you ladies out there? You sit with that for a second. You sit with that. How beautiful is that? Own that. I would say own that beauty. Sit with that beauty. Tell other women. Go to the mountaintop, scream that, and do whatever you have to do. But, own that. Look in the mirror. Own that beautiful place down there that you have. This is what we're talking about in that shift. When we shift, it doesn't tell us if we shift. How beautiful is that? If you shift, we sound much different than Spirit's telling us when you shift. It's almost like we're on a train, whether we like it or not. We're going somewhere, and I think we decide where we go. We really do. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? It's right here. And it's not found in a colonial world God. It's not. It's not. It's found in the rhythm, flow, and harmony of Mother Earth, the Great Spirit, and the ancestors. That's where it's found. The natural rhythm and flow. We don't need it. We don't need a church. We need to stand by some spiritual principles. And when I'm talking to the crowd, again, this is not a white, colonial, indigenous thing. This is about moving away from that sadness, loneliness, depression, darkness. Those are the overwhelming comments that I get. Oh, wait, I just feel so lonely. I feel so sad. Well, look at the world we're living in. Look at the world that you're feeding yourself. And, we can begin to when we shift. That sounds like a choice. That sounds like a beautiful choice. And not only sounds like a choice, it sounds like an opportunity. That sounds like an absolutely beautiful opportunity. And you know what? That beautiful opportunity can begin right now. If you honor and love right now, you begin to shift right now. That's the power, and it happens like that. We don't have to wait till next Monday, this weekend. We don't have to do that. It doesn't say when we shift or if we shift. Well, it says when we shift, but that shift can happen right now. Right now. Beautiful, beautiful things can happen right now. And that's how quickly things can change. Get in touch with those elders. Get in touch with those songs. Get in touch with those even rubbing your feet on the ground. That's a great springtime. It's a great time to rub your feet on the ground. Great time to go out there to honor, to listen to the birds. It's a great day to make offerings, to shift, to it doesn't have to be the way it always was. That's the shift. How about that? It doesn't have to be the way it always was. And the last words, and we'll kind of close it out because I can't believe it's so. Our lives will never be the same. I think that just speaks for itself. When we shift, let's just take the first part of this meditation and the last part and see how it resonates. When we shift, our lives will never be the same. How about that? How about that? When we shift, I want you to say that, those of you who are struggling out there. When we shift, our lives will never be the same. Can you say that? Will you say that? You know, have the courage to say that. Be gentle when you say that. Hold yourself. Take it to your tribe. Take it to your circle. Take this to your circle. This is, if there's one medicine over, you know, every day is beautiful, but this is absolutely profoundly beautiful because it tells us when we shift, our lives will never be the same. So it's basically telling you, so those sad, lonely, depressed people out there, it tells you, hey, this is Spirit's answer to you right here. When we shift, our lives will never be the same. All right. You know, and, if you have a little indigenous infinity out there, to go back to the ceremonies, go back to singing, go back to the songs, go back to the drums, go back to the circles. There's circles everywhere, absolutely. If you don't have a circle, find a circle, pray for a circle. A way will be made, Yeah. If you don't have a circle here, come to Akron. We're always looking for new people to come up to our show. So, and we didn't really get to the heart of this either. We just kind of scraped the surface of this. So, but we have to touch on it. Spirit's telling me, hey, just touch on it real quick. So the shift in perception to what God is doing to us, to what God is doing for us. That's the shift. That's the end result of connecting to Mother Earth, Creator, the natural rhythm and flow of that harmony. The colonial world, the patriarchal system will tell you something else. The spirit world will tell you something else. And this is it right here. Learning, growing, shifting, change, transformation. It doesn't have to be the way it always was. Everything, when we shift, it moves in a much gentler place. That everything is now a lesson, and we can see that instead of being the victims, because the colonial world tells us, it categorizes us, it dehumanizes us, and it makes it okay to be the victim. And a lot of times, let's just sit with that, be really gentle with that. There are a lot of victims out there, and I'm not suggesting or downplaying that you're not, and I'm not suggesting or downplaying that you don't feel that or honor that. I say absolutely you are, but after that, let's start beginning to talk about the healing, when the shift begins. So I'm not saying dismissing, I'm not saying do a spiritual bypass against, what had happened to you or anything like that. I'm saying that let's to heal it, we have to feel it, and then we have to go release it. And that looks like a lot of different things. That can happen a lot of different ways. But I'll tell you one way it won't happen if we sit alone. If we sit alone by ourselves, it just won't happen. That's an almost guarantee. So we have to go to circle, we have to sing, we have to dance, we have to include all those unseen forces that are out there, the ancestors, all those beautiful, beautiful powers. We have to include that, but we can't do it if we don't get out. Getting a little long-winded here. I'm getting all fired up. So get all passionate about this stuff, People wonder why I do this. I'm just so passionate about this because I was that guy for the longest time. I'm in recovery for a reason. Let's just put it like that. I'm in recovery for a reason. A lot of things happened. Suicide at age 7, because of what the colonial world did to me. A lot of bad things. I didn't realize how deep it was until I actually had to go in. So, but this is really beautiful, and thank you, Spirit, for bringing this us today. So let's just kind of wrap it up. I know I say that a lot, and then I never wrap it up. I said I've got another 20 minutes left. So anyway, again, if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. Um, Again, this is about unity and about love. It's about shifting and transformation. This is about pointing or signing blame. This is about love, and we can shift from one to the other. So let's light. It's been a little heavy today, so let's light a little sage. Let's light a little sage. A little, not smudge. Yeah. You know what? We are going to light the sage. Yeah. We are going to do that. Thank you, everyone. I heard someone say, "Why don't you just light the sage?" Okay. All right. I heard you. All right. Good. There we go. So, thank you to the shift. Thank you for the smoke. Part of the medicine of smoke is it connects us all. So that's why we do that. So, the more smoke, the better connection. That's why I ask everybody to do that. So. Okay, so let's move on to announcements. Let's go on to the big one. June 26th here in Akron, we are having a daily medicine webinar gathering, a medicine wheel workshop. So if you want more of what we talked about here, please come to Akron. Here we have a beautiful, beautiful day lined up. We're going to start with a couple day ones just to kind of get our feet wet, kind of work out the bugs and everything. But everybody out there is invited. There is there's a price out there, so please. And we try to keep it really reasonable, so we can have. So people can afford it. If I were got to go to Las Vegas or any other place, there's airfare, hotels, and then it would jack the price up because that has to be covered. But here, we're going to do a couple here day ones, and we're going to go into like a two day one probably later next year. But there's so much information. Like if you sit with me for any one day, there's so much. It's like even in today's reading, I could have gone out for another hour about how so much power and depth. And so one of those things is. One of the things we're talking about is we are going to really break down the story medicine, story time medicine too. We are really going to break that down, but we're going to do that at the workshop. So that's one of those things I'm really excited about. It's one thing to listen to it, it's another thing completely entirely to break it down. That's very exciting. I'm really excited. And all these medicines, especially the story medicines, they come from Grandfather Tony. He knows 800 stories. I'm like, I don't know how he knows 800 stories. It boggles, I can't wrap my head around it. So anyway, thank you, Grandfather Tony, for all those stories. Okay. Wild Card Monday. We have men's and women's healing circles that night, Monday night. Really beautiful, really powerful. I invite you all to check it out. We are going to put both in the feed here. They are Zoom. The women over here, the men over here. And we do such, the women are such doing a powerful job. We have Denise, we have Kelly, we have all these beautiful women over there. That are there they do such a beautiful job over there, and I run the men's circle. So that morning, we can't really do the daily thing. If we're going to do it that night, so that's why Wildcard Monday. So just put your ideas, suggestions in the feed. We have a volunteer to kind of collect those, and we talk about it.